Rocking with the best.
Mr. X to the motherfucking C.
What's up, y'all? This your boy Razzie Kazzy.
Yo, what up? This Lil Zane.
Hey girl, to me, listen to Bad Girls Club, and I'm checking out Street Disciplez Radio with my boy 8 in the building.
Okay, God bless you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, folks. Street Disciplez Radio. Right. It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm just happy to be here as we're riding out on another edition of Street Disciplez Radio. We have our next guest on the line live right now. This guest actually did a first. Well, I guess his workers or handlers actually did a first and offered to send me some goddamn food via mail, which I had to turn down. But I'm so happy for this brother. It sounds like he's doing very good for himself. And he goes by the name of Big Chef Shake, also known as Mr.
Big Shake.
Right, Chef Big Shake, also known as Mr. Sean Davis.
There you go.
What's going on with your family?
Yo, man, chillin', man. Working hard, baby. Working hard, trying to make the donuts. You know how it is.
Now, listen, well, make the shrimp burgers more than the donuts, but it seems like you're doing pretty well for yourself here with this, whole, cooking shrimp burgers and whatever else. Now, you have a very interesting story because the kind of the way you fell upon this was, I don't know how to say it. Now, I'm not necessarily a religious man, but I do believe in a higher power. Yeah. And I don't believe in luck at all. So I'm not going to say you were lucky by discovering this, but you did it. You discovered this way of making a shrimp burger. How? Why?
You know what? I do believe in a higher power. I do believe is divine intervention. You know what I mean? But
right.
I do think that you got to stay in that direction and stay in that lane and keep hitting it until it opens up. That's just the bottom line. But the shrimp burger, is kind of doing out of my daughter at the age. At the time, she was 10 years old, and she told me she wasn't eating any more meat. She told me she wanted to become a vegetarian. I was like, what? She came home with a Peter magazine, and the kids were passing around, and they seen the chickens dismembered and everything like that. She said, "Daddy, no more." And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna help you out, and I'm not a vegetarian. I'm a meat eater, So it kind of threw me off my cooking game. I've been a chef for about over 20 years. So, cooking up different things for, wasn't unusual, but, when she hit me with the vegetarian thing, it kind of took me back. But, I convinced her to stay with some protein. She likes shellfish, she likes fish, and, it started from there. And I started making different patties with different shellfish, and it came down to shrimp, and she loved it, and, that's where it took off, man. That's where it all started.
Now, you know what, and I'm going to be honest with you here, brother, and it's just me here. No ladies with me doing the interview. I don't have my co-host here with me. But, one of the things that intrigued me is because, first off, I myself also do not eat red meat or pork.
Okay.
That's just me personally. But I actually wrote a cookbook with my daughter, called a Daddy and Daughter Cookbook.
Man.
Right. And I understand the bond that you have there when it comes to trying to do right by your kid and when your kid comes home. And for me, it's a little bit different because since I don't eat pork or beef, now my daughter doesn't eat it, and she doesn't even know why. She just knows that Daddy doesn't do it, so she doesn't want to do it. So, it's a beautiful thing that, she kind of inspired this. But at the end of the day, you created something called a shrimp burger, and you were, invited on the show Shark Tank? How did you get on the show?
You know what? My homeboy Shatif out in Long Island, New York, he hit me up and said, listen, man, there's a show on TV called the Shark Tank. I know you need some money. I know you're looking for capital for your company. And he said, go online and fill out an application. And I never heard of the show. I went online, filled out an application, kind of forgot about it for, probably 8 to 9 months. And I got a call from a producer. And he's like, listen, I like your story. I like the shrimp burger. I want to taste it. And tell me more. And that's where we all started.
Okay. Now, did you give Shatif any piece of the fortune for putting you on the Shark Tank?
Oh, man, that's my dog for life, brother. Believe me.
Okay. Just checking because, Shatif sounds like he's gully and ghetto with that name, like he may try to extort you, for some.
Nah, man, come on, man. This is kindergarten friends, brother.
I'm just,
we hang long. We stay strong in Long Island. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you're from Long Island?
I'm from Long Island, Bay Shore, Long Island. Absolutely.
Oh, so you're from the city? Okay. Where do you stay at now? Where are you living at now? Are you still in the city currently?
No, I'm down in Tennessee right now. Nashville, Tennessee is our corporate headquarters.
So you moved down there after you started selling the burger. All right, I guess I've
been down here for about 6 years now, man.
For about 6 years.
In Nashville.
Okay, so you go on this show, the show Shark Tank, and what happens?
You know what? They turned me down. They didn't give me the dough. But the biggest thing is, they all said they loved the product. They tasted it, they ate it on TV. And, I mean, that exposure right there was everything. They could have said they hated it, and that could have destroyed everything. But they actually said they loved it. They just couldn't add any benefit because they weren't in the grocery industry, and I respected that.
Right.
But, the biggest thing was just the exposure. I went off the show upset, obviously. I went there for some capital. When I left, I was definitely upset, and I, kept grinding for another 6 months. And the show didn't air for at least 6 months after I actually knew that I didn't get the money. So, I kept grinding, knocking down doors, and when that show aired, man, it was a game changer, literally. I woke up to phone calls and hundreds of emails and hundreds of investors trying to, throw me money, and I mean, it was like I said, it was a blessing, brother. That's all I can say.
Right. Now, you actually sold some burgers before you actually went on a show. So this wasn't something that you were shopping just for the show's purposes. You started shopping this beforehand and basically were making sales before then, correct?
Oh, yeah, this thing was rolling already, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't stopping. I was currently selling to some localized restaurants here in Nashville, and, the restaurants started picking it up, and they started buying it. I knew I had it when they started reordering from me. Once they started reordering, I knew I needed capital to keep it going, to expand it. So, I wasn't able to support my whole family, but I was making a living enough to know that, this can be possible. You know what I'm saying? If I'm selling $30,000 within a couple of months, I know I can make this happen for real. So that's what really inspired me to get my grind on and really, get on the show and do what I had to do to get the capital.
Okay, so first off, my first question is, how much capital were you looking for, and how much did you actually end up getting in the end?
At the time, again, we grow as entrepreneurs. You always grow with knowledge, and when I first went on the show, I was looking for about $250,000, $250,000 to launch the product.
Right.
Now
and not just to launch the product. You wanted to do other things with the money, correct?
Say it again.
You wanted to do other things with the money rather than just launch the product, correct?
Oh yeah. Well, the grand scale of things, manufacturing is a hard game. Manufacturing, especially when you're trying to go into groceries, is a hard game. There's a lot of elements involved. You're dealing with slotting fees that the grocery stores want just to put that product on the shelf. It's like real estate. Every square inch is $1. You know what I mean? So, you need money to get that product on the shelf. You can have the best product in the world, but if you can't pay to get that product and stay on that shelf, it's not going to be on the shelf. Now, there's a lot of politics involved.
All right, now, quick question. How much did you plan on spending that money on cigarettes and fast women?
My wife is right next to me.
Okay. But you was going to take out a few stacks, though, to go to the strip club.
It can't clone, all that,
Right. All right, so $250,000 you went for, and then you ended up doing what? What happened after you didn't get it?
Not getting turned down. I went with an investor that definitely got me more than $250,000. That's my current investor, and hindsight 20 nowadays, I would ask for about $5 million because now I know what it takes to run a company. $250,000 was a drop in the bucket to try to, to do what I needed to do to get that product. And, my dream and goal and vision is still to get in every grocery store across the country. Right now in about 3,000 stores in the Northeast, and we're still growing. This got in the Chicago market last week, so, I mean, we're still knocking down doors every day, man.
Listen, it's a beautiful thing. I love hearing black success stories. Now, I could be known as a negative person at times, but I really do love hearing black success stories. And you seem like a very honest and caring brother. You're doing something for your daughter to start out with, and it turned into to be this huge, business and corporation that you and your wife are doing together. And I think that's beautiful, even though you planned on blowing at least $150,000, on cars and fast chicks. I still respect you. But how much did you feel that you had to give up? Because I know that's one of the huge things when it comes to especially Shark Tank and just in business in general if you're going to ask for capital, you have to give up a portion of the company. How much did you feel you wanted to give up, and how much did you end up?
I can tell you this: it's very important to be smart.
Right.
It's very important and not to be ignorant either. If somebody's throwing a couple $1 million in your face and saying, "Listen, I want 60% of your company," and you have zero, take the 60%. Take the 40% of your company and go, because you can always make more money down the line.
Right.
If you want to see something happen. So, in my case, at the time I was offered 40% of the company to the Sharks. I still own the majority of the company, so I'm still in, the majority shareholder of my company, and and that's only because of the reason is because me and the investor worked out a good arrangement.
Right.
But if the investor came to me and said, "Listen, man, I need 60% of your company, I need 70% of your company," and I had zero and I'm trying to build, I'm gonna take it. Because I know I can still create. I'm an entrepreneur, so I'll take that deal and keep stepping. Use it as a staircase.
Okay. Listen, and I definitely respect that, man. But would you ever sell your business for any? Is there any dollar amount where you would say, "Listen, the brand CBS or the trademark to this particular shrimp burger"? Would you ever sell that, or
I would never outright sell the company. I'll sell a percentage of the company, retain my interest as a board member, retain a small percentage, definitely retain my trademarks. That's what it's all about, my logo and, who I am, the brand that I created. So I would sell off majority, but I'll definitely keep my trademark and some interest in the company.
All right, now how much is your company worth right now, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, if you were to sell it, what it's worth.
Well, come on now, brother.
I can tell you we're over $1 million in less than 10. How about that?
You're over $1 million in less than 10. What the hell does that mean? I only make a few $1,000s a year, my nigga. You got to give me some more specifics than that. How much? If you were to sell,
we're very blessed with what we're doing right now.
Right.
We had a very successful 2012, which was our first retail launch. We did over $1 million in less than 6 months in 2012.
Right.
And this year we're planning on at least tripling that number with our new expansion, our new customer base. So, we're on target to do some big numbers, man. We're on target to do some big things and to help a lot of people out, which is the biggest thing. And that's, what I'm about,
Yeah, well, you can help.
Money doesn't mean anything. What I do is to do for my family. As long as my family is fed, now it's time to bring in other people in. I love to inspire other people. I love to, let them know what I 2 years ago, I didn't know much about the food industry, but now I do. So anything, any knowledge I can share with anybody, that's my goal. You know what I mean? To help other people.
Okay. All right. Listen, I'm very happy for you, man. I'm very proud of you. I wish I could have tasted the shrimp burger myself. Come
on, man. Drop me an address, bro. That's all you got to do.
You're not gonna mail me shrimp, my dude. I'm just not gonna.
I'm gonna mail you some shrimp burgers, Playboy, not shrimp.
No, you're not gonna mail me shrimp, my dude. I can't eat shrimp via mail. Now if I can go somewhere and purchase the shrimp, or purchase the shrimp burger.
Where are you located?
Brooklyn, New York.
Come on, go to your local ShopRite store or your local Stop and Shop. They got them right in this frozen seafood section.
All right, listen. You know what I'm gonna do, man? Are you on any social networks, the Twitters and Facebook, anything like that?
Absolutely, Chef Big Shake at Twitter, Chef Big Shake at Facebook. Hit me up. You can see all where the store. We're constantly dropping new videos, new recipes. My passion is to share and teach, brother. That's all. So just stay logged in, stay connected.
I promise I will go to my local ShopRite, cop a Chef Big Shake shrimp burger.
There you go.
And tweet out a photo of me eating it with the juices dripping right down the left side of my goddamn lip.
Man, come on, listen, man. If you do that, that'll be huge, brother. That'll be huge.
But look, man, I really do. I appreciate you calling in, man. Do you have any other things in the works as far as the restaurant business is concerned? I know it's not going to stop at the shrimp.
We're just releasing lobster mac and cheese for the consumer base, and the lobster pot pie this spring. So that'll be hitting the stores. So look out for that.
Okay.
Got the cookbook coming out, and we're just trying to keep inspired and keep pushing, brother. That's all, man.
Maybe we could do the daddy-daughter cookbook together.
Let's put it together, brother. I'm here.
Or maybe I just give you my recipes, and you can just put it out, and my recipes will be more respected then.
Hey, man, that's not cool, man. If they're your recipes, man, make them your recipes. That's what I say, man.
All right, well, listen, man, I appreciate you calling in, man. I definitely enjoyed myself speaking to you. And anytime you have anything else to promote, make sure you call Street Disciplez Radio first, man. And I wish you nothing but luck. Tell your daughter and your lovely wife I said hi. And please don't let them catch you in them strip clubs, brother.
No doubt. Hey, peace. Right. I love it, man. Appreciate it.
There you go, man. Be easy.
Peace.
All right, Chef Big Shake. We'll be right back.